Hello and welcome to episode 8 of Rebuilding Vicenza. Transfer window's over, friendly's out of the way, it's time to get tucked into the league to see how we get on. Schedule-wise then, for the first two games, we've got Lazio at home, Sampdoria away, so without further ado, we'll get into the game. Starting lineup for today then is Grandi in goals, Ranieri making his debut at left back, Sabelli making his debut at right back, Nedler Karu making his debut at the centre of defence alongside Brosco. Gcek in the centre holding midfield role. Now Rigoni's moved on. Royer comes in as a ball-winning midfielder. Milanese making his debut in the centre of midfield. Giacomelli comes in on the left. Lombardi on the right. And Moncini takes over from Diao up front. So reasonably strong squad. Minimum 3-star current ability in there. We've got a splatter of 3.5 stars. Going for a defensive mentality as we open up the league. Same formation, just a more reserved approach to the game. So we'll get into the match, we'll get into the team talk. We'll try and G them up for what is ultimately quite a harsh test on the opening day of the season at home to Lazio. Home game is quite favourable, but again, Felipe Anderson, Luis Alberto, Immobile up front. It's going to be an absolute mullering, I'm thinking. But again, we're prepared. We've done as good as I think we can do in the transfer window. There is no more money to spend. We're over the wage budget. So if we're going to make inroads, we're going to have to start just trying to eke out the odds, point at home here and there, play defensive, hope to catch people on the counter, not get too expansive or too above ourselves, and hopefully come the end of the season we have enough points to avoid the drop, which is the goal of the season. It's possible. It's not completely beyond this, but it's, no bones about it. It's going to be tough. So Nedler Karu, again, he had a chance to carry the ball out and start a counter there, but Lazio get the ball back, and we go find ourselves 1-0 down after 10 minutes. There, Esposito's got a goal on his debut for them. Bit disappointing that we gave the ball away and a chance to counter. Maybe could have been our chance to break up the other end and get a chance for ourselves, but early into the season, it's going to take a few games for the team cohesion to get in. I mean, as I talked before the game, there's 4 players making their debuts in here, and there's more yet to make their debut or sat on the bench. So until they integrate, until they get to know each other, it will take a little bit of settling in. So expect a bumpy ride in the first 6 or 7 games, certainly. As the ball goes into Immobile and he scores, but it looks like he was offside, which again, I thought he looked offside. Certainly for me, obviously, I'm not on the VAR team, but I'd have been a bit upset if that was given. So still in the game, still 1-0. In terms of shots and XG and possession, we're not actually doing too bad. It's just we need to settle a little bit. It might be a case of bringing Moncini away from an advanced forward, drop him a bit deeper in a deep line forward role, just to give ourselves a little bit more cover. The front three currently still all on attacking from last season. Wanted to leave them that way, so we had essentially a defensive unit, an attacking unit, and then just them two, Milanese and Proyer, floating in the middle. Corner comes in, Milinkovic-Savic with a header right in the top corner. I don't think any keeper in the world would have saved that. But again, disappointing we haven't defended it well in terms of the corner. What we might have to do is just go a little bit more balanced. I know we're 2 goals down and we don't want to open the floodgates, but also it would be nice to get some confidence up and try and get a goal on the opening day of the season, especially against an opposition like Lazio, who will be far and away above us in terms of current player ability. So we've got a corner ourselves. Giacomelli's going to take it. He swings it into the box. But yeah, unable to hit the target. And again, playing about with tactics will be something we'll have to look at to try and find a way to get a couple more goals on there. That little upturn in XG may be to do with a little bit of a change of mentality, but we'll see as the game goes on. So we want to see something else in the second half. I think already I've decided we're going to take Moncini off and bring Yallo on, who had a good season away on loan last year. See if he can make a difference up top. And then we'll let that settle. Probably to about the hour mark. See who else isn't really having a particularly great game. I know Chaka Traore, I'm quite keen to see what he can do. It's straight change for Giacomelli on the left. So again, if Giacomelli's fitness or form drops off, we'll look at getting him on. G-check then. Milanese, Proy at the edge of the box, shot blocked. That's who get it away, and they've got a chance to break with Immobile on it. Felipe Anderson through to Sergio, and there you go. It's from our corner. They've gone up the pitch and scored. So again, I think there'll be a little bit of tightening to do in terms of tactics. Bit more marking, but this wasn't unexpected. So we'll play 6.3. So Ranieri not having a great game. We'll get Rossi on, and then I'm going to take Giacomelli off because I want to see what Traore can do. So we'll give him a run out. He's more potential than current ability, but he's still got quite a lot of current ability as well. So half an hour to go. Wouldn't even say damage limitation. I think it's just a case of trying to get a goal to open our account for the season, because that's what the crowd wants to see, especially at home, is you want to see your team score at least against opposition like Lazio. You want to see your team attacking, playing positive football. You don't want to be defending for 90 minutes and hoping for a 0-0. As an Everton fan from the past, for years, I've seen us do that, and it's frustrating. And sometimes you'd rather just see a team have a go. You can accept getting beat by a better team as long as your players have tried, and that's the key. Is your players have to have tried. So if you don't try and win the game, you'll never win the game. So we'll put a bit of encouragement out. Just over 10 minutes to go. Not the dream start to the season we were hoping for. And again, like I said, I think it's going to take a few games to settle into tactical familiarities, player familiarities, team cohesion. So what we've got to do is we've got to target the teams like Spezia, Sassuolo, the teams in and around us. The teams like Lazio, Roma, Juve, the Milans. I don't think we'll compete with them in any way. There'll be bonus points. What it's about doing is beating the teams in and around you and getting enough points to get off the bottom. As we approach the end of the first match, Lazio have a free kick into injury time. Initially cleared, but they get it back in again. Playing around the edge of the box. And thankfully they've missed. So hopefully this only finishes 3-0. Not too damaging. Some positives to take in terms of possession. We've had a few shots, but there's also been some poor performances that we need to iron out. I probably need to come off a wing back and go onto a full back. But again, things we can learn over the first few games to settle the team down. So yeah, not the result we wanted. Not happy with the performance. A little bit back to the drawing board, but I only think for some fine tweaks. And yeah, so stay tuned. I'll click us forward to the next match and we'll see if we can do something and possibly drag ourselves off the bottom. We're playing Sampdoria next away. So again, it's going to be another tough game, but stick with us and we will see if we can turn our fortunes around. Welcome back. So here we are for the second game of the season, away at Sampdoria. Some slight changes. I've gone back to a positive mentality. A few player changes, but I'll take you through the starting lineup. So we've got Grandi in goals. Ranieri and Sabelli stay in the full-back roles. They were previously on wing-backs, but we've gone full-back automatic. Brusque again comes into the centre defence alongside Nedlekaru. Our normal first-choice centre pairing, he's still suspended from the end of last season, Cappelletti. And our traditional left-backs out as well. Tagordo comes out in defensive midfield role. Breuer and Milanese continue in the centre of the park. We've got Traore coming in on the left-hand side. Lombardi continues on the right. And Moncini will carry on up front. So hopefully with this we can get a slightly better performance. I've gone positive because I'm keen for us to open our account for the season. I think if I continually play defensive, which I've been caught doing in the past, you can end up losing a lot of games without really getting anything out of it. You can go 80 minutes without conceding a goal and then you get beat 1-0 in the 90th minute. So we're going to go out there, we're going to try and score a goal and see if we can get on the ascendancy for a match. Team talk out of the way, players are on the pitch and let's get into it. So straight away, chance for Sampdoria in the first minute. And I've already seen a few players I recognise in their squad, which is never great. But we've managed to save it, get the ball away. It's a corner, but we've survived the opening 2 minutes. Candreva with a corner then. And we managed to get it away again. So surviving the opening few minutes, important. Need to settle into the game. Again, like I said about team cohesion, we've got quite a spine of players who are still relatively new at the club. Players have to forge them relationships, whereas before we had the relationships all over the pitch between centre halves up to where Rigoni was, fullbacks to wingers. They built a lot of really good relationships. They're all gone now. The bad thing is in terms of cohesion. The good thing is in terms of player ability. We've brought a lot of players who are at that Serie A level in. The transition has gone all right. It could be better, it could be worse. But I actually think we've got quite a good core of players in here now. And hopefully we can go on and try and get our first point of the season and try and drag ourselves off the bottom and give the fans something to cheer about. So again, let me know those who've been playing FM22 beta saves, how you've got on. Certainly tactics. Have you found any really good ones that work quite well, especially as an underdog, that allow you to defend well but also create some chances? I always find it's quite easy when you have great players and you're at a Barcelona or a Madrid to find a formation that works because all your players are amazing. But when you're at a less prominent club such as Vicenza, who've just come up from the division below, how do you find a tactic that really gives you that creative freedom and confidence against the teams who are a much higher ability with much better players? Again, anyone with any gems of information, please feel free to post in the comment section, see if we can help our Vicenza side. Milanese at the edge of the box in. Absolutely fantastic. So from a throw-in, looks like there's a bit of a VAR decision going on here. Not quite sure what the review's for. And it's been disallowed. I don't believe it. Mancini unfairly pushed. Oh, that's absolutely devastating. I mean, what a goal that was. And to have it chalked off for a push in the box. I mean, yeah, Mancini, feel like fining him a week's wages. Yeah, I just want to have a check on Traore. He's playing as inside winger, inverted winger, which is the role he's into, normally in a support role. So again, I might tweak him from attack to support to see if we can get the best out of him. Mancini not having the best of games again. I'm quite keen to factor Lamine Yamal back into this squad following his loan last season. But we'll see what we can do. So into the dressing room then. 0-0 half time, not too bad a result. It looked like it was going to be rough at the start of the half. But yeah, so far not too bad. I will just have a quick look at subs. Certainly think Mancini's got to look to make way. And yeah, Yellow coming up front. Traore, I'll take off attacking and put him on more of a support role, which I think his ability is more suited to. And just see if we can create something a little bit more as Sabelli swings the ball in, but the highlight comes to nothing. So into the second half, on level pegging, all to play for. We just have to try and create another chance and get another goal without it being chalked off. So here we go, throw in similar position to where the goal came from. Then it goes to Yellow, but the header's gone wide. So again, positive is we're looking to get some highlights. We have had a chance, albeit not as good as the Milanese one in the first half where we got a goal. But at 0-0, it's all to play for. Bruskagen not having a great game at centre half. He's on a yellow card. I think we'll probably look to take him off. He may be an accident waiting to happen. We'll get Fantoni on. Could have put Brosco on, but again, I want to give some of the youths a bit of a run out. So just over half an hour to go. Let's see if a hero can emerge. Irvin Omic, one of the other new players we got. He's coming as a potential player from Juve. Again, I'm interested to see if he can develop and get a few games under his belt as well. I'm actually... I'm not sure, because when it gets to the end of the beta and I stop this save essentially, I'm going to miss Vicenza. But we are starting a new Unemployed to Unstoppable series, so yeah, again, I'll be happy about that. But I miss the club. Once you leave, I kind of miss the players, miss how we were doing, miss the journey, especially when you were building something quite positive. Get Traore off. Don't know what's going on here. I'm sure I pressed Traore off for Lombardi. No. No, that's not what I wanted to do. So my mouse is having a little bit of an issue. Right. Traore isn't playing. Well, he's injured, but Del Monte is who I want on. And again, that'll do for the final 15 minutes or so. Lombardi's looking tired as well, but yeah, I think that's the 3 subs made. He's just going to have to roll up his socks and go for it. Run over to the bench and get his little drink of orange juice, whatever he needs to do to gee himself up for these final 10 minutes. What a fantastic result this would be if we could get a point away at Sampdoria. It would be something to build on, something to grab from, and it would mean we don't go away from episode or the first episode of matches with nothing. It would be nice to have a point to hold on to show that we are making some positive progress. 7 minutes to go. A couple of players playing well. Del Monte was just coming as a sub. Again, he'll put in a fight for a place on that wing. Ned Lakaru, he's playing well, centre of defence. I'll be happier when our first choice centre-half pairing is back in, because then the back 4 are all pretty high ability players. And it would give me a little bit more confidence of unleashing some of the forward players, safe in the knowledge that we've got the players back there to stop the opposition scoring so many, or at least creating so many chances. So yeah, things looking positive. Still some questionable performances. I think the role of advanced forwards probably not quite fitting this tactic. I might have to switch it to a deep line forward if he's up there on his own, so we can come deep for the ball and let the wingers overlap. But again, that'll evolve as the season goes on. So we go full time. Valuable point away at Sampdoria. I think we can be happy with that. Some really good performances in there. And I would think we were probably the underdogs here, yeah. So satisfying result. If you'd have said 1 point from them 2 games, I probably would have took it, because I didn't expect anything out of Lazio. But yeah, so 18th in the table, a long way to go. Once again, thanks for watching. I'll play through a few games in the meantime. The next episode of this series will be out in 2 days' time. We'll probably get a good chunk of the way through the season, as this series has to wrap up before the 9th of November. So yeah, stay tuned next time. Thanks for watching. Take care.